lived, you know, we should all live this long age. Eli Wallach lived to 98 before he passed away. So, Rocco, your thoughts on Casey Kasem and Eli Wallach?
Regarding Casey Kasem is somebody I consider influence on me, and I think in many ways, even you may not know this, but I feel like it's an influence on Howie. Casey Kasem was a figure, I consider him like the Dick Clark of radio. He really brought the knowledge of music before we had the internet. He was the one who told us what songs made the top 40 and what really, you know, was popular in music, and he managed to do it in a way that really spoke very eloquently, and you really appreciated, not only you just appreciated his knowledge, but you felt like he, you know, like he really did it in a way that really brought everybody together. Not only was he a very talented, you know, at doing this, but he also was a very fantastic voice actor of cartoons, particularly as Shaggy on the many incarnations of Scooby-Doo since 1969. He's a fantastic voice actor. He really knew how to really put his voice across, you know, not only your speakers but over the screen as well. I feel the other aspect of Casey Kasem that's quite amazing is that he is one of the few true iconic Americans of Arab ethnicity, and he was of Lebanese ethnicity. His parents immigrated from Lebanon, and you know, I feel it's very important because, you know, especially during this time in the past 10 years or so since 9/11, and there's a lot of, you know, negativity around concerning the Arab community. I think it's very important to know that we do have, you know, people of Arab ethnicity in this country that can go on to do great things. And I think Casey Kasem is testament to that. And as far as Eli Wallach, there's not much I'm completely familiar with regarding Eli Wallach.
He was in Godfather 3.
Yes, so he pretty much he was a character actor, you know.
For the most part.
The thing about character actors for me, I feel, is that, you know, they really are the small jewels of movies. And, you know, when I grew up and there was all these blockbuster movies, a lot of them were done by directors who put character actors in a lot of them. Tim Burton is an example of a guy who always put character actors in his movies. And, you know, I feel like that one of the things I feel like has really been missed in this new Hollywood age is the fact that, you know, everything is about the star now more than ever before, and I feel like it really matters sometimes, like the lesser, you know, actors that really are just as important. You know, I mean, I always think about
Eddie Lauder.
Ed Lauder. Ed Lauder is a good example of somebody, you know, came right out of Long Beach, and he did some very fantastic moments in small roles, but fantastic moments in small. Like I mentioned this movie that I saw, this teen movie called Not Another Teen Movie, and he, for me, was one of like the best highlights, and I think every critic would agree with that. He really made you laugh, and you know, it wasn't even a big role, and he managed to make you laugh. I mean, I feel like, you know, just you know, I feel like a good example also would be Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson has one of the most memorable small roles in history, I feel, in Coming to America. He plays a robber that's, like, insane, and he just manages, like, it's a 2-minute role, and he really managed to really make it memorable, and it really shows why he is one of the greatest actors around today. So I feel like, as far as Eli Wallach goes, he's definitely one of those great character actors, and I think that Hollywood would be wise to really have directors that really embrace more of that. So that's my say on that.
All right, great. Great job, Rocco, as usual.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Now